Hello, and welcome back to Refreshing Words with Danielle Brooks. Today, I'm continuing my series, MayDay, My Healing Journey from A to Z. And today, I'm sitting with one of the words that was the most misunderstood for me on this healing journey. We are on the letter F, and the word is forgiveness. Now, if that just made you tense up or like, whoa, where's she going? Just sit back and relax. We're going to breathe through it and just talk about it real talk. When I was what I call doing forgiveness, I had so many issues with it because I thought forgiving meant that I should automatically feel differently about the person, or at a very minimum, that I should not have pain. I should not continue to be in pain. I also thought that it meant I should speed up my healing, that if I've truly forgiven this person, then it's all is well, like it never happened before. And I could not have been farther from the truth. And that kind of misunderstanding of forgiveness caused me to be in a very terrible cycle where I would forgive somebody, still feel bad. And for me, I looked at what I call like those tentacles of my pain and that little bit of unhealed feeling that I had inside as a sign or evidence that I had not fully forgiven that person. And so I took it all upon myself to be a better forgiver, right? To do more things towards that person, to show them that I had truly forgiven them, when the reality is my feelings and my pain were betraying me every time because I could not just move on. And I couldn't move on because I was forgetting a key element of forgiveness, and that is that it's for me. I have to forgive to free myself. And in that freedom, then I am free to acknowledge and work on the pain, work on the wounds that were there. It had nothing to do with the other person. So when I finally got that revelation, I began to walk in a different level of forgiveness that caused me to, I'm trying to find the right way to say it. It also caused me to realize that those people that hurt me could never fully repay all that I had lost or fully make up for the magnitude of the consequences or the pain. And that's the part I was missing. That's where I wasn't feeling any better. I wasn't getting over it because I was waiting for some action from them, some acknowledgement from them that was going to make me feel better, or in some way make up for all that I had gone through. And that is just impossible. No human being can make up fully for the pain that they've caused you, whether that is loss of sleep, loss of mental or emotional well-being, the after effects, the consequences. Unless they have a way to go back in time to not do what they had done, that's the only way it can fully be, there can fully be repair. Otherwise, that other part of the repair is on the individual. I realized it was on me to heal, to just comfort myself, to find ways to work through steps so that I could tend to those wounds. There was nothing anybody else could do to make up for that. And as a woman of faith, truly the Lord was the only person that could redeem the situation, redeem the time, and truly bring recompense into my life for the suffering that I had endured. So, a couple things that I've learned about forgiveness. Number one is that it is not instant. It is not an instant thing. And someone that has harmed you and forcing you to quickly forgive or quickly, want to make amends, we can walk through what happened and I can hear your acknowledgement, but I need you to give me the time and space to heal so I can fully understand and maybe come back to you with the fullness of for you to understand what happened before I can say I forgive you. I need to have a moment to just absorb the shock, understand what happened, and then come back to you and make sure you understand exactly what happened, how it impacted me, and then maybe we can talk about forgiveness. And I'll say, even in forgiving, with that process, I've had moments where it's felt heavy again. Like I'm feeling good and then it feels heavy again. And so I just say, give yourself grace. If you're walking through moments of forgiveness and feel like, oh, wait a minute, maybe I'm not, you're just still healing. Many people give the example, it's just like physical breaks in our body, whether it's a bone broken. We were just in a group chat that I had with my sisters, recalling when one of my sisters had broken her arm. And while she was still able to walk out of gym class and had assistance from a friend and made it through the whole school day, she still needed to go to the hospital when we got home from school and get an x-ray and then wear a cast and go through an entire healing process for that bone to be repaired. It had broken into places. So when we think about those emotional hurts and ways that we have been damaged and broken in our soul, we have to tend to our soul. We have to take time for things to mend. And, I always say sometimes even with scars, the scarring is there. It's a reminder of that thing that happened. And you might have, a scar that gets a little itchy in the sunlight, or have a certain ache that acts up when it's getting ready to rain. That's that reminder of that thing that happened, that part of you that was wounded. And it's the same way with those emotional wounds and soul wounds. It takes time. So give yourself grace on the journey. The second thing is I thought that forgiveness automatically meant reconciliation. And again, that's where I felt like maybe something is wrong. I'm not doing forgiveness the right way because I was finding it difficult to remain in relationship or in community with people that had harmed me or were, in their own pain, their own circumstance, but was causing residual harm to me by their behaviors. And the reality is that true forgiveness does not always mean reconciliation. It can mean reconciliation, but it can also mean I forgive you and I lovingly release you from my life. And that is okay. And third is that you can forgive somebody and still hold them accountable. I think I tried to do that, but my way of trying to have the accountability was received as me not walking in forgiveness. Basically, an if then. If you forgive me, then you shouldn't have all of these dot, 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 whatever it was. You shouldn't have all this accountability on me. If you've forgiven me, you should just trust me. And I went along with that for a little while until I came into some, greater understanding that no. Like I said, sometimes that wound is there, that scarring is there to let me know where the danger is and where I need to take extra care. And if you want to continue to be in relationship with me, you need to understand that these are the layers of accountability required based on past behavior, right? I forgive you, but we're going to have some different layers of accountability. And the bottom line in that for me is understanding that justice and mercy can coexist. I was leaning way heavy in mercy and just not taking a hold of the justice part of the equation. That when someone is in their own healed place, they should want to be able to meet you where you are and make sure that you are able to engage with them in a way that both of you, it's a mutually beneficial space to be in, that we each understand the boundaries and we're accountable one to another for the healthiest, happiest relationship that we can have. That is not a burden. And so forgiveness does not automatically mean that trust is automatically restored or that we don't have accountability. And I guess final word on that is sometimes the hardest forgiveness can be to ourselves. When we realize that we've messed up or, what we've allowed in our lives, it can be hard to forgive ourselves. But today, I encourage you to forgive yourself for what you did not know, to forgive yourself for the things that you have, tried to make amends for to the best of your ability. Forgive yourself. Practice self-forgiveness. It is, important for you to just say, I did what I could, and when I knew better, I did better. That's all we can do. That's all of us can do. When you know better, you do better. So yes, I will say that forgiveness is not easy. Again, for me, it was the most misunderstood portion of my healing journey, and truly in my, walk as a believer, just really not understanding forgiveness. And so that's a silver lining, that although I wouldn't want to wish my path of how I got here on anybody, I am grateful for the lessons that I have on the other side of healing, and just the way my faith walk has been expanded, and my level of understanding of the Word of God and other sacred texts has truly been expanded, and I'm able to apply it to my life in a very different way had I not been, than before, had I not gone through some of the things that I went through. And so as always, thank you so much for spending time with me today. If this resonated with you, please Drop a comment in the section below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you as we continue this walk on the healing journey, A to Z. Please like, subscribe, and share if you know someone who might benefit from my content. Have an incredible day. Thank you.